brakes off?
Bro, I'm fucking.
Break up!
What the fuck you doing here?
Get him, Blake. Get your leg.
Leonard, are you fucking kidding me, man? Jesus Christ.
I don't know where the stink's coming from.
You don't know where the stink's coming from? Probably from all the shit everywhere, you fucking... Holy fuck. I think this place is worse than Jason. Leonard, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm definitely not taking this shit in there. Oh my god.
What's going on with your YouTube? It's your boy King Cobra.
Mother, log off your gambling site and vacate the living room.
Fuck you, bish, I gots to gamble.
I need to do my Godot-centered internet show.
But nobody watches your gay little internet show.
Mother, you leave me no choice. This is my gay little internet show. All right, yeah. So we're doing the Roach-Ware Game Jam tonight. Yeah, and probably for like the next week. I just kind of want to take a break from the walkout thing, but we're we're kind of doing another fucking King Cobra game. I'm gonna explain it in a minute. You know, hold on. Let me get something going. Let's go with the new Fi. Hopefully it's not too loud. Alright, so yeah, the Roach-Ware Game Jam. I think this is from another YouTuber slash game dev. I think he goes by Private Parts on YouTube. I'll show his channel in a second. But yeah, he's doing a game jam. I guess it was initially distant on Pirate Software because he DMCA'd his shit. But this is the new theme. So I guess it's going to be Small World, Light is Dangerous, Survive. And yeah, with cockroaches somewhere in there. So I immediately thought of Puff, fucking King Cobra's bearded dragon. So we hold on. He tells the story. What the fuck are you drinking over there, buddy? But anyway.
I got a little surprise in this here video, but we're gonna get into that as soon as we get some more people in chat.
He's super gross, man. His teeth are like falling apart. I'm not even gonna watch him talk, but he basically says that he's gonna get this fucking bearded dragon. And let's see, can we get a picture of Puff?
He's a handsome and healthy bearded dragon.
There we go.
And they said this is the last time they're doing a wellness check on him. So the trolls lose.
Is there an actual footage of the dragon?
I've made a public post.
Here we go. So that's Puff. Do not kiss or snuggle your bearded dragon and don't eat or drink around it. This can spread salmonella germs to your mouth and make you sick. All right, Cobra, what are you going to do there, bud? Yeah, kiss it right on the mouth.
Hey. Oh my goodness, you were so cute.
That bearded dragon, you'll probably get fucking shit from Cobra. Kiss it. Yeah. Hell yeah. How's it going, Freak Show Jimmy and Bob the Darkest Fairy?
Oh my god, YouTube, look at Ian's new lizard.
So I'm explaining my game in the most
so cool,
autistic way possible. So there was that lizard Puff. We're doing the Roach-Ware Game Jam. Small World, Light is Dangerous, Survive. And that made me think of old puffers because King Cobra would put him in this enclosure and turn the light on 24/7, and bearded dragons can't regulate their body heat, so they just like burn up. So he just cranked this light and gave him as much light as possible. And then yeah, so we're making a game like Gold Miner, if you remember this game from playing it on school computers. Except it's going to be Puff's face, and he's going to be sticking his tongue out to grab little droplets of flies and cockroaches and shit. And then we'll have like cigarette butts from Cobra in there, and like stuff you don't want to grab, like like broken glass from beer bottles. So you'll be like swinging Puff's mouth back and forth and like grabbing the shit. It's going to be really good. If you've never played this game, it's the best way to pass a class. It's like, it's super entertaining. It's much more entertaining than it looks. But yeah, it's basically just a swinging hook and some other shit. So I guess my first thing to do is to make a bearded dragon in Blender. That was what I was going to try and do. So we're going to get a picture of a bearded dragon real quick. You might hear my cat in the background. She's okay though. What are we gonna do? Bearded dragon. Bearded dragon. There we go. I kind of need a top view. Top view. Cool. So that's good. I'm just gonna put this on the other screen for myself. I'm gonna pause that. And I guess we'll just start making this guy. We're gonna make it very, very blocky. Yeah, so I guess I should... we could do it this way. Let's save this image. We'll call it Bearded Dragon. Bearded Dragon. And then we'll open it in Blender. I think I can add it as a plane, right? Add image as planes, and global assets, Bearded Dragon. And then we'll spin it on the Y90. We gotta go to Material View. And I'm gonna expand it up. I guess we can make it match that now. So. Oh yeah, that game rocked, dude. Gold Miner. I thought it was called Gold Rush. I remember it being called Gold Rush. But yeah, I remember the cool kids in class showed me how to play that game. Kind of like, there was like a thing you could do to get around like the server or whatever. You could like use coolmathgames.com. That was like the one website that wasn't banned. So it was like all the cool kids in school know to go to that one. It probably wasn't that difficult to figure out, honestly. Alright, so I guess we're going to start with this. And I'm just going to... This is normally how I do it. How do I make this one visible but make the other one not visible? I think I need to change this one to a background, right? If I go add a background... And then I add it. There we go. So now it's not going to move. And then we'll get rid of this one, actually. And this is going to work out a lot better for us. We'll just move this here. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're just getting a rough shape. So, yeah, we'll go to edit mode. I'm going to bring these in. Okay, cool. I am grabbing the bottom as well. Let's extrude. And we'll do that. We just gotta make a kind of a triangle shaped head, so I guess I'll extrude. Bring it back, and then go forward, and E. Yeah, poor Puffers, dude. Rip Puffers. But in this game, Puffers is gonna actually survive. It's gonna be great. Oh man, I was watching, I think it was the Seizure Robot Call-In show or whatever, and one of them did a, someone called in pretending to be Puffers, and they're like, "It's me, Puff. I'm out here on the streets. Thank God I escaped Josh's house." It was the funniest fucking thing I'd ever heard, dude. Well, let me go give my cat some food so it doesn't keep flipping out. Give me one second. Alright, there we go. Cool. So yeah, we'll bring this in like that, and we'll just grab these and bring this shit into... yeah, so we have our basic shape. I gotta make his head. I'll probably just cut his mouth right there and do that. Yeah, that should be fine. I think from here, I'm gonna probably get rid... Well... yeah, should we make his... I guess we'll make his arms different. Fucking... There's no reason to overcomplicate it, so we'll go with, probably a cylinder, right? For the arms and shit. We'll spin it. And we'll bring this over here. Cool. I'm probably gonna do this like the most noobish way possible, but that's okay. We'll do that. I always see these those Blender shorts where they're like, don't do it this way, and I'm doing it the exact way they're saying don't do it, but it's happening, so. There we go, that doesn't look too bad. I'm like Picasso of bearded dragons. There we go. So what are the over-under on Puff still being alive? Who thinks Puff is still alive? I think I'm still holding out hope. I think that's what's up. I think he'll be around any day now. And I think we're just gonna add, we'll add I think we can just like Shift D, bring it down over here, and then S on the Y -1. And then maybe spin it like that. And that looks pretty good. I think we're gonna have to beef them up a little bit. Yeah. I thought about doing a Blender Shorts channel like that, but it's a lot of effort. You gotta actually make fucking... You can't just make shitposty content. Can we take this and then rotate it like this? Wowee. S on the Y, -1 to flip it. And there we go. We have our bearded dragon shape. I think I've got to grab all of these. Probably grab this and shrink it down. Yeah, let's go to edit mode. Let's just grab the whole thing. And shrink it down like that, probably. That's looking more manageable. And then if I add a modifier, I guess we could go to subdivision surface. It's more of like a salamander. And then I guess I could expand these out. I know it's like a terrible way to do it, right? If we do this, and then we get those nice solid edges that we're looking for. But at what cost? I got it open, but at what cost? Nice. There we go. I think that'll be good. That's a nice bearded dragon if I ever seen one. We gotta work on the face a little bit. I think we should get rid of that. I think I'm just gonna do like that and make it as good as I can, and then we'll do a little more to it. Cool. So actually I could just go into modeling. Let me add like feet and shit first. We'll just do some hands and then we'll make his tail too. Alright. Keep falling. Alright. Shit. Alright, this looks pretty good. I'm gonna try and make it a little more straight though, so it's not like all over the place. And we're really just gonna see his head kind of like peeking over a tank. Like that. That should be good enough. We gotta make that tail in the end a little thinner though, so we're just gonna shrink that and shrink that, and then move it back on the X like that. That'll be fine. I'll go object, shade smooth, and can I join? So let's not do that. Let's get rid of this. And then can I join everything? And then go shade smooth. Then I gotta make the hands. I'm also gonna grab this and just go E bring it in. And same over here on the Y. There we go. Game Jam themes. Oh, this one's alright. It's hard to pick a theme, I guess. And it's gotta fit the Roach-Ware or whatever. I was thinking about having like Hassan Piker's head on one of the little roaches running around. I think that would be really funny. I could probably do that in the amount of time it's going to take. If you catch that roach, it's extra points for puffers there. Alright, what else are we going to do? So I need something for the feet. I think I'm going to try and add like an icosphere. And maybe shrink it like that and spin it around a little bit. Shrink it some more. We're gonna shade it smooth. And probably a little bit smaller than that even. Have you seen the It's Based theme? I have not. Are they doing another one? I should get in on theirs too. I don't know, I think these things are fun. But I need to move this shit out. But no, I haven't seen that, the theme yet. I think it should probably be about there. That would make more sense. And then Frontier. Yeah, that's a weird one, Frontier. I don't know why they went with the Mars was kind of a weird theme too. Oh, it started this week. Damn. I didn't even know that. I guess we could have two like talons coming off of there. Whoops, we don't want them to meet right there. Let's just grab right here. We'll grab these two, and then we'll have some shoot out the back. We'll have some fucking talons on this guy. I might have to do all the ones on this side and not these. Let's go E. And I'm going to shrink them down as well and then kind of move them out. Let's go over here. We'll go to wireframe. Kind of shrink that. Doesn't have to be amazing. I have this black spot in my vision that's been forming. I think it's called a cataracts. I'm like starting to get to the age where I'm like, yeah, I got a fucking cataracts. Nice. I gotta go pay a vision doctor to look at my fucking eyes. But it's very small. Apparently they grow over time, and then you eventually can't see much of anything. Good stuff. I don't know. I think my grandma had one. She had to have it removed or some shit. They're not that bad. But I googled, why am I seeing this little blurry thing in my vision? And then I was like, oh, that's what it is. Nice. Cool. So that's going good there. And then we need one on the back. And then I think we're good. You're too young for that? Yeah. Well, I was a welder for a while. So I probably damaged my eyes a little bit there. You know, the first time I fucking welded, I didn't realize you had to wear like a some type of apron or smock. So I got like super bad sunburn all over my fucking what do you call it? All over my chest. I had sunburn all over here, and I took my shirt off, and like all the skin was like coming off with it. That shit was retarded. And I was like, why did nobody tell me that you like will get sunburn through your shirt? That shit was great. So we got a foot there. I don't feel like shrinking all those, so we're just going to go with this pretty large misshapen foot there. And I think I'm going to shrink it in a little further here. Fucker. Alright. Yeah, and then we go up. That looks pretty fucking terrible. But, you know, it's a Game Jam game, so I think that's okay. Actually, their legs kind of do look like that. Control J, we join it. I'm going to Control Z, and I'm just going to duplicate it. Control D. S. Was it gas welding or electric welding? S -1. It was gas welding. S -X. S -X1. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it was mostly MIG. MIG welding. I wasn't like very skilled. I tried doing a little bit of TIG, but I couldn't do it at all. And then when I was kind of going through like a phase, I didn't really know what I was gonna do with like my career. I went to this one, this one railing fabrication place, and I completely failed a fucking welding test in front of like a bunch of people, and I was like a complete fucking idiot. That was one of the worst days of my life. That sucked though. But then I got a better job, so that was a lot better. Nice. It's funny because that was like a super ghetto facility in Richmond, and it was like an open air like welding area with like no heat, and like back then I was like, damn, that looks like a great job. And then now I'm just like, damn, I could get like a way better job just running equipment pretty much in any factory. Yeah, it's MIG. MIG. Cool, so let's do this. And how do I like you know, like make a mouth here, make that an incision. The way I would do it is go like this, and then go like that, and we'll just get rid of these lines. We don't need them. This is probably not the best way to do it, but it's going to give us a kind of like a dragon-like mouth, I think. And then we got to add some eyeballs for Pufferoony. We got to make that leg probably not come out of his head. Actually, let's not do that one. We're just doing up to that side there. We're going to delete edges. Cool. And then I'm going to just edit this thing. I forgot they're all linked. We're going to grab this. And I'm going to move it back to right here. And just delete that picture. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that place that I worked originally, it was a place that did like metal fabrication and stuff, and I had like a ton of stories there. There was a bunch of crazy fucking people that worked there. A bunch of like boomers who had been like working there for a long time, who were just absolutely insane. That was a fun place. Alright, Puffers. We're going to give you better teeth than Josh had, Puffers. So if I hit F, that's good enough. We don't really need to go all the way back to the mouth. And then I'm going to bring everything down. So let's unselect these. Not that. Whoops. Alright, do I do an F there? Cool. So we have a big face there. Nice. Let's shape it up a bit, I guess. So I'm going to grab the bottom and the top, and we'll bring that down to make a better mouth. Actually, I think I'm just going to get these. Has anyone played this game? It's called, what is it fucking called? Labyrinth of the Demon King. I just started playing it, and it's pretty fucking good. It reminds me a lot of, like, King's Field. It's like retro-styled, what do you call it? Fucking dungeon thingy. But it's, you know, it's decent. It's got a simple enough combat system that my boomer brain can get around it. Whereas, like, Elden Ring is just a little too much. That's for the Zoomers. I can't play that shit. I still haven't beaten Elden Ring, and then I see, like, the Night Rang and people... Night Ring, not Night Rang. Night Rang! Everybody, like, fighting on there with, like, fucking insane shit. And I'm like, damn, I remember PvP on Souls, and I wasn't even good at that. But I think that's about where I want to be. Let's add some eyeballs to this guy. I think we're going to go with, like, you know, nice googly eyes to give him nice googly eyes. Have I played the Fate series? No, I don't think so. What is that? Fate. Is that another FromSoft? That sounds familiar. So I got a solid. I guess we should maybe like make some little indents in his head. We'll go here. And I guess we'll just fuck it all up. We'll just put a ton of fucking shit in there. We'll throw it all at the wall and see what sticks. And then what if we just bring these down like that? And then maybe if I rotate them like that a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. That should be good. It's a dungeon crawler that was shareware on Wild Tangent years ago. I've never actually heard of that, but maybe I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm always interested in those games that are like shovelware or abandonware. It's like Diablo. Oh, nice. I never liked the Diablo. In my opinion, was like really easy. I don't know. When I played it with my brother, it felt like you were just like pressing one button over and over again. I never really got into it. Then again, he always played on like the easy settings, so it was probably both of our faults. If I go to rendered, I'm just trying to see. Put pirate software for the head. I was gonna have he's probably gonna be one of the roaches running around that you have to smash. That was gonna be the idea. Is like it'll be like Hassan Piker, the roach running. We'll have pirate software, the roach. Pretty much anyone I don't like is going in there as a roach. Okay, so we have some eyes. We have this. Let's do we want to put some type of texture on this guy? Or the guy that owns the lizard? Yeah. Well, who owns the lizard is Josh. He's just not taking good care of it. Alright, so we have this. We need some type of platform for him to be on. And I think we're going to have him basically on like this plane right here. Like this. Yeah, and I guess we'll just have like I think I'm just thinking how it's gonna work mechanically. I guess I could like disconnect his head from his body, and then the head will swing with a node. I don't think we're gonna have any animations on the head. Maybe like an open and closed mouth or something, just something real easy. We got to make some teeth and make that mouth a little more betterer. The legs just looking kind of spindly like that will be fine. We'll do his back like that. That'll be okay. I think I might try and do this if I just go to the material. We'll add in an image texture, and then we'll open the bearded dragon. If I just go to the top view here and I go view, you got their heads modeled. I don't have their heads modeled, but I can do it pretty quickly. I have like 14 days for the game, so that should be enough. Can I just grab this and go UV, project from view, and then we'll go to UV editing, and we'll kind of move this in. Whoops. Let's go to material preview. Let's take a look. So that is kind of what I'm going for. I'm not trying to match up this shape exactly. I think that would take too long. So I just want like some scales, I guess. I might have to move the legs separately. I think that's what I'll do. I'm just going to expand this out so it's roughly what I'm going for. I guess we will try and match it up somewhat exactly. Because I am going to like dislocate some shit probably. All right. So from the top it looks good. From the side it's pretty messed up. What I'm going to do is this. I'm just going to go to edit mode, and I guess we'll grab all this stuff on this side. We don't want none of these. We don't want any of this shit. That was probably a terrible way to do it. Yeah, in fact, maybe we shouldn't do it that way. Can I hide this? I'm gonna hide some of this shit. L, 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 and L. We'll hide these. I just want to fix this little part right here. I'm not going to spend forever on it, so I'm going to grab, I think, the selection circle and go here and probably select like all this stuff. Whoops. And we'll grab all that shit. And then, so I just have that side, right? I go UV, project from view, and then I'm just going to try and rotate it and kind of put that in there. I think that'll be okay. We don't have to make it crazy. And then we'll get this as well. Nice. I could switch to the other selection thing, but I'm not gonna. I just don't feel like it. Get this shit. Get that shit right there. And yeah, let's go UV project from view. And I'm gonna go R. Spin it all the way around, and we'll go G. And we'll give Puffers his unique scaly texture. There we go. So that's looking better. We need to make these eyeballs. You know what we could do is get human eyeballs from Make Human. We might do that. Hold on, let me go image texture. Open. If I go to King Cobra Smoking Game, textures. Better model, Where's eyes? Eyebrow. Where are your eyes, Cobra? Glasses. Brown eye. There we go. Now he's got human eyes. Just like old puffers always wanted a set of human eyeballs. Okay, so how should I do this? Should I grab this? I think I should. We'll just go here. I'm going to go A, Alt G, Alt R. I think we actually need to be in layout. Alt R, Alt G, bring it back to where it should normally be. We're going to do a top-down view of it, and I think if I go wireframe here, and then I can go edit, we'll do the same thing. We're going to do the UV project from view. And then we'll go layout, and we'll go to material, and then we can go to UV editing and just match up the eyeball where it should be. And then we can direct the eyeball. There we go. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Cool. And yeah, we'll go back so we have both of them. We'll bring them on up and spin it 90 like that. We're going to delete this. Whoops. I think I'll move that back till it kind of touches. We're going to move this over here. And I think what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to grab both of these and then duplicate them and then bring them both up. I'm going to bring them both in a little bit like this. I'm going to join them. And then I'm going to go to wireframe. Probably grab my selection box back and get like all of these. And we're going to delete the vertices. So we just have those hemispheres. I think I'm going to go here and say add modifier. We go solidify. We'll go back to solid. We're going to use them as like eye caps like that. We just gotta roll them back a little bit, something like this, I think, and then we're gonna add the texture different. We want to go bearded dragon, and then we gotta go to edit mode, fucking UV editing. We'll select both of these, UV, smart UV project. Then we can shrink them down, and I think it's not going to be the way to do it. I think we're going to go from this side and say UV. Actually, fuck it. Let's try it this way. Why does it look so weird? Let's not do that. And let me just go back to this. So, I mean, it doesn't look awful. I'm not overly concerned about it. We got puffers there. It looks all right. We need to fix his legs. Alt H. Let's just grab this shit. Let's go UV unwrap. And then can I just shrink some of this stuff down? Human teeth. Yeah, I might do that just because it'll be faster. We could just pull teeth out of make human really quickly. Whoops. L. We'll bring this over here. Is this even looking good? I'm not even really checking. Whoops, you fucking piece of shit. Stupid fucking bearded dragon. I'm gonna pour beer on your head and leave the lamp on for you to bake like King Cobra did. Let's grab all these at once and give them a shrinky dink. Spin them and bring them over here. All right, there we go, pufferoonies. Looking good, buddy. Now we need to give you some human teeth. I guess we could just go to Cobb's Cookery. I'm gonna save this in here. Actually, no. I don't want to. I want to make all the assets for this game. Let me go here. We'll go to Godot projects. Let's go new folder. Roach-Ware Jam. And then we'll save this as puffers. Puffers. Poor puffers, dude. Puffers come home. Alright, I need some friggin' coffee. Give me 1 second. Just walk into my kitchen. I work 4/10, so I work like Monday, Tuesday, and then Thursday, Friday. So this is like another Friday. I get like 2 Fridays every week. It's pretty awesome. Okay. So we're gonna need some type of tongue for him, and then we're also you're only really gonna ever see him from like pretty much this angle. It's not gonna be like a full. I mean, it is gonna be full 3D, but the camera is gonna be like basically like this, but with a straight horizontal view over his head, and his head is gonna go like back and forth, and then there'll be bugs on the table, so you'll see pretty much most of this, and then you'll be hitting bugs up here, just like this game. You know, you can just imagine that as Puff's head. Well, Puff's tongue will be going out and getting the flies that he needs to survive, and then the the things he has to avoid, like the rocks, are going to be like King Cobra's cigarette butts and stuff. Yeah, every day is Friday. I always stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning because I show up late to work anyway. Nice. So we have that. I think what I'm gonna do is get his head fully modeled with the human teeth, and then we will. I think we're gonna disconnect his head from the body so his head can move separately. So we can have him bob and weave, and then have the body kind of like do weird flailing animations. When he eats a bug, we'll just have his body flail, and that way we can have the head kind of separate, just for our use to move shit around and eat shit. So let's get those teeth. Let's go to make human. They probably do have some lizard teeth or something we can use. Who knows? I'm letting my cat Goblin outside right now. I mean, not like right this second, but I'm like teaching him to live outside. Teaching him to go outside. And like hang out there. So what do we need? We need teeth. Teeth. We got mind teeth. Can we maybe go to expressions? We're gonna need a smile. There we go. Those are good teeth. Yeah, I love getting slammed up on energy drinks in the morning. That's my favorite. Yeah, that's me every morning. I wake up happy as shit. What else do we got? Uh-oh, fear. Looks like it's fear and loathing in Wyoming. Alright. It doesn't matter which one of these we use because we're just going to get the teeth anyway. So let's go ahead and just say export export yeah, we can do that because we just need the teeth. So hold on, let me figure out where I'm gonna put this shit. So we have one for Boss Man, we got one for my screen over here is easier to see. Global assets. Oh, that's right, we got the fucking jam. Roach-Ware Jam, there we go. Pull teeth from is what I'm going to call this. Pull teeth from. It doesn't exist. Well, I'm making it. Let's go to the techno playlist. Yeah, that should help us out. Let's go file, import, FBX, and we'll pull the teeth from, and then we're going to yeah, this guy's happy as fuck. We'll get rid of that. And then we just need to bring Puffers his new teeth. If only we could get Josh new teeth like this. Alright, let's go object. What are we trying to do here? We want to set the origin to center of mass. Mild autism, yeah. Alright, so S on the X, on the Y. That's looking good. That's looking horrific. Alright, so that's looking good. S on the X, on the Y. Damn. I'm trying to, like, you know, expand them out kind of like this, but without making it so exaggerated and crazy. I think we have to fix this a little bit first. So we'll get all this shit and probably bring this down like that. Yeah, and then maybe move that in like this. Cool, and then I can edit the other stuff. I'm gonna bring that in. File, import, BX, pull teeth from, import. And then we'll bring it down and try not to mess it up this time. Alright. Spin it, 90, negative. We'll go object, set origin, center of mass, there we go. Oh, okay, so that is pretty similar to how it actually looks. I think first off I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to go here and go P by selection. So we have this bottom right there. And we'll get rid of the extra vertices, I guess, and we'll flatten that out. And then here we're going to do the same thing. So we're just going to get rid of like all these vertices. We don't need them. And we'll have it like that. Let's go object, center of mass, and then we will shrink it. Cool. I think do we want the gums sticking out? I guess it's on the X. There we go. Okay, so then we could, you know, do one of these numbers and then shrink it down this way. And yeah, I think that's going pretty good. Material preview. Let's bring it down. We gotta fix this one a little bit. So that could be somewhere in there. And I think what we need to do is go to wireframe and we'll grab, I'm gonna go to edit mode and you scale the object mode and let's grab these 3 back teeth and we'll grab that part of this shit right here and then we'll scale it on the Y, I think. Cool. How's that gonna look? Cool, and then I can kind of move those teeth out. I'm gonna scale them more on the Y. Probably like that. And then I could even just go L, Shift D, put one there. L, whoops, L, Shift D, we'll put one. Putting a lot of effort in there. We'll put one right there. Cool. So that's looking good. Maybe we'll just bring the whole thing down a little bit. I think maybe right there. And then we just have to spin it forward. Bring it forward a little more. That's pretty unsettling. Cool. And then we'll do the same thing up here. We need this to be more like that. And we have to shrink some stuff. It should be fine as long as I don't use this head for, as long as I don't attach any collision or anything to it, I should be okay. Because I've done that before where I have scaling issues. It kind of depends what you're using the mesh for. I think I should be okay. I could eat those words though. You could be right. I could be messing all this up. Cool. So we'll have that. I just want to bring this shit back a little bit. So L, 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 L. And we'll do the same thing over here. We'll just grab this stuff. Might as well grab those teeth. I think we have them anyway. And then we'll bring them back to like... I guess like right there. And bring them out. Whoops. Cool. Am I animating the chomp? I'm not sure. That doesn't look great. Ah, shit. Let me grab, this is kind of a mess right here. But not a lot of people do this, so there's not really a workflow for it, so... I'll ask ChatGPT, can you give me a workflow for, creating a human-lizard hybrid thingy? So let's just get all this shit. Make sure we got it all. And then we'll bring it back. Okay. That looks better. We'll bring it out on the Y like this. Good enough. Let's go take a look at the material preview. And then I'm just going to do this. I'm going to go L and L. Oh yeah, Control Plus. That's a good trick. Actually, I got to do one side at a time. Oh, I almost selected everything. Good job. Alright, let me do this. Let me go to Select Box again. I just want to put a few more fucking teeth in this guy's head. There we go. Very complicated game dev stuff right here. Very big brained things. And then we'll select all of these and just go Shift D, G on the X, the Y. I'm just gonna rotate them on the Z. Put them over here. I don't think anyone's gonna know. There we go. How's that looking? A little too big. So we're gonna have to shrink it on the Y. I kinda like that. That's fucking good, dude. Yeah, we might have to work on this a little bit. Hold on. I just want to connect this thing inside of his mouth right here. Can I just go F to put a face there? Awesome. That way you just can't see in the mouth, and we'll make it red or something. So yeah, I mean the camera at most will like kind of pan down and look at this, and we'll be like, here's Puff. You know, you gotta help Puff survive because Puff is having a rough time. Josh doesn't feed him and crank the light up. So now he's dying. And yeah, we'll have him open his mouth. How am I gonna do that? I guess I could, I think I'm gonna separate the head from the body. And do I need to do this? Should we go subdivision surface? I guess it does look a little bit better, but then it's kind of it's all messed up right there. We need that to be thicker. So I'd have to like select this and bring it down, and select this and bring it up, more like that. That's looking better. I think we can work with that. I think we'll just go ahead and go back to object mode. Let me just edit this just a little bit. There we go. Good enough. You know, some type of horrible monstrosity. We might give him a little cowboy hat later, but for right now, maybe we'll make that an item or something. Give him a little upgrade. Yeah, let's go. What is this? Oh, those are the eyeballs from the Make Human guy. Get out of here. So, let's get it going by adding, let's just do armature single bone. We'll go back here, spin it 90. So I'm going to keep that one as it is. I'm actually going to separate the head too. So we're going to like select everything from, I guess, this line up. If I go Alt here, yeah, I guess I could just do this. Wireframe and grab all this shit. Nice, and then we could just like P by selection. P by selection. So now we have his head that's separate, and we'll attach everything to that. Cool. So I have this. We'll call this main. We'll call this head armature. Head armature. This bone is going to be called base, and then we'll go to edit mode and add some more bones, I guess. Add single bone. I think we'll have one there, and then we'll add another single bone, and we'll just move that one down there. Yeah, I guess we're just going to do that real simply. I really don't see any reason to animate anything else other than that. We could put like a script on these eyeballs just to move them around. Might not be worth it though. Yeah, so I guess these two are going to be parented. Let me just make sure. Control P. Keep offset. There we go. So now if I move that one, those move with it. And let's go ahead and just... I guess, can I grab everything at once? If I grab this and that and this and these eyeballs, and then I grab this armature and say Control P with automatic weights, and then I spin that like this, we appear to be good. So I think what I'm going to do is just move this up a little bit, and then I'm going to grab this shape here. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I'm just gonna probably make a little blob here at the end. I think that's a good idea. I guess I was gonna go here and then just kind of maybe expand that out a little bit. Not go crazy. And then I'll do the same on this end. I always wonder, does this mess up all the freaking groups when you do shit like this? I don't know, it shouldn't matter that much. F, put a little face there, there we go. It's off to the side, but so what? So far, so good, so what? It's a great Megadeth album. How are we looking on the material preview? And we can spin this guy back and forth. And let's see, let's open his mighty jowls. So if I go like that, and we go here, we have some teeth issues, big problems. Let's go ahead and fix that. So we can grab this and go to weight paint. We're getting the bottom teeth, and which one are we attached to? Oh, we should probably name these. That's bone 2. So all we need to do here is just go draw and add, right? We need to add more influence to it, so they're all connected to that one. We need to go up here, and we need to go subtract and remove all the influence. We're going to do the same thing, but with a reverse over here, so weight paints, and then where there is a ton of influence, we got to remove it, and where there's no influence at all over here, we're going to have to add it. There we go. Problem solved. We're all good to go. And we can go back here and go to pose mode and Alt-R, A, Alt-R, Alt-G, and that brings it back to where it should be. Check the normals. Oh, I also got to fix these little areas right here. Let's just do... can I just grab this? Grab all these. Sorry for this song being so friggin' annoying. Get the fuck out of here. There we go. Something nice. Some boomer rock there. Let's go UV. Let's just project from view, and then we'll go to the UV editing and just move it in there. So that should look a little better for us. I think we need to scale it up a little bit too. No, scale it down like that. There we go. Let's do the same thing on old Puffer's head right here. Here, UV, project from view. And then we scale it to roughly match what's around it. There we go, looking good. So now we got our very own Puffers right here, and we're gonna have to add, I think I'm gonna do the tongue in, I don't know, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do the tongue. That's gonna be the hardest part. I guess my idea, I've done some geometry before. What is it? Immediate geometry. That's the node I wanted to use to do this. I wanted the immediate geometry to basically be like created every frame. He shoots out the tongue, and then it comes back. So we're going to be redrawing the actual mesh geometry, like as he's shooting it, I believe. I think that's what we're going to do. Because that's something Godot can do. Cool. And then we might just have to add a shader to that mesh. It'll probably just be a box, and we might even not even use immediate geometry. Just use like a box, and then like change the extents as he's shooting it out, and change the center of it. That would look pretty cool, I think. I don't know. All right, so human tongue. Well, it's pretty much just going to be like probably like a shader. It's got to look sticky or something. It's going to be picking up cigarette butts and little pieces of beer. So probably not a human tongue. Let's add some stuff here so we can flail the arms. We're just going to add really simple shit. We'll have base bone, and then we'll just go to edit mode, and I just want to add a single bone. This dude is a good guy or a bad guy? Well, he is a good guy. This is Puff, and he is just trying to survive. So the whole story is there's a guy named King Cobra, JFS. He got this bearded dragon from his crackhead friend over there.
What kind of lizard is it? There's a bearded dragon.
Yeah, so his crackhead friend over here eventually sells this dragon to him, I think, for like a pack of smokes or possibly some drugs or something. But Cobra is an autistic man who lives off SSI, the government, his government tugboat, or as he likes to call it, his taxes. He's like, oh, I'm getting my tax return. You can see he's got a magic wand right there. He's completely fucking insane. So he's not taking great care of Puffers here, our protagonist. So Puffers is going to be surviving by eating bugs and roaches that are crawling along King Cobra's apartment, much like this game right here, except imagine the roaches as the gold nuggets. And then we're doing it for this Roach-Ware Jam number 3. Small world, light is dangerous, and the light is dangerous made me laugh because so Cobra gets Puff this fucking he knows that, oh, bearded dragons, they like light, they like the sun, so he gets him this big ass temperature light and just cranks that motherfucker up. And it's like, Cobra, they can't regulate their body temperature, dude. He needs light and then he needs dark, like the fucking desert. And Cobra's like, nope, he likes the sun. The idea is like fucking Puff is just in there like drying out the fuck, and I'm gonna have like a little moisture gauge going down as you're like trying to get all these crickets with a little moisture to live. So if you're able to get all the crickets in time, then Puff lives, and if you don't, then Puff dies. And the saga with Puff, what eventually happened is King Cobra brought him outside to smoke a cigarette or something. And the bearded dragon, who has like a max speed of like 3 miles per hour, just outsmarted and outfasted Cobes just got the fuck out of there, made a break for it, and then Cobra came back in from his smoke, and he's like, oh man, Puffs will probably come back in when he's done roaming around. And it's like, yeah, dude, it's a fucking bearded dragon. It's not coming back. Yeah, so that's the spiel on what I'm doing. Let's just watch this for a second.
Yeah, I gotta keep them warm. Yeah, you know, so like I started my tank, we got 100 people. Oh yeah. So I gotta keep it warm.
A mechanic with a lamp. Well, the lamp was like that's the moisture mechanic. So if I'm gonna have like, you know, you'll have less and less time throughout the rounds to make it harder. So the lamp will be like turning up brighter and brighter on our bearded dragon. We gotta make like little steam lines flying off of him. So I just want like really simple, like 2 legs like this, and I'm just going to duplicate it, and let's S on the Y, -1. Maybe I can just spin it around like this. There we go. I just want these S on the X, -1. Spin it. Bop it. Twist it. Shit. We're going to have that, and then we just need this one S on the Y, -1. There we go, and then we'll spin U. Bam. Cool. And then we'll do this. I'm just gonna grab this and then grab that. Actually, if I grab this, I think I need to go back to edit mode, and I think I need to get all of these and go Control P, keep offset. Oh good, it's up there. Just that's what I wanted. Yeah, that makes fucking sense. It doesn't matter. And then we can grab this and go Control P with automatic weights. And if I now let's see if I move this, and then if I move these, so that we get a little bit of flailing there. That's pretty much all I want. I'll just add a little bit of flailing animations or something. I guess I do have to do that in Blender, so I'll go ahead and make those now. We'll go to the animation tab, but I just have to take a quick bathroom break, so I'm going to leave this here. I'll leave the Puffers saga playing.
Oh yeah, how would you get them? Any found them online. Huh.
And I'll be right back.
Where does Cobra get his nails done? I paint them myself. Your Puff is cool, YouTube. I mean, I'm a YouTube celebrity. Rescuing animals be like, yeah. YouTube, it's your boy King Cobra back at it with another video. So I got some KFC. I got their Dave's famous mac and cheese bowl. I got a 12-piece chicken nuggets. And with the chicken nuggets, I got some Buffalo Ranch. Now, KFC might have taken away their Double Down, but I heard rumor that it might be back in like July or August permanently if once you get the promotions out. So we'll see, won't we? KFC, I asked for Buffalo Ranch. What the hell happened? I don't see any Buffalo Ranch. I was going to pour the Buffalo Ranch on my chicken tenders bites, but I guess they were out of Buffalo Ranch. Sad day. I guess we'll just use the gravy as the dipping sauce. How's that sound? Now, KFC is not a sponsor. This is just free advertisements. Got a big old thing of gravy. They were out of the Buffalo Ranch. But it is what it is. I'm not complaining. How would you cool?
All right, I'm back. That guy is so fucking boring, but it's also amazing to watch. That's what's astounding about the Cobra. It's
How
like,
would you cool?
he's not doing anything important, but he's also really entertaining to watch sometimes.
Don't give any details until it's official, but there you go.
There you go. I thought he was going to have more puff on the screen. I guess not. Sorry, guys. Fair use is not working. That's not fair use. I don't think Josh is going to strike me. Okay. Alright, so what are we going to do here? We just need these animations. Let me go ahead and put my fucking... There we go. So we're going to need, what, like a bite animation. We're just going to need like open, and then we're going to need to close. And then, yeah, we'll just do open and close. That's really all we need. We just really need 2 poses. But we'll call them animations and import them as animations. So let me just do this. Probably not that. Where's this? In front, right? Yeah. In front. And put this up like that. We'll just go A. Well, actually, we don't want. We just want these 2. Insert, rotation. Yeah. Yeah. We just need the 1 frame because we can always duplicate it in Godot. Alright, so then I'll go action editor. We'll call this open. We're going to duplicate it and we'll call this one closed. Apparently I have caps lock on, but I'm not changing it. So let's get rid of this and then we'll grab that and go just rotation, I think. There we go. So now we just need to make some flailing animations for the arms. So let me go back to object mode. We'll go here. I guess we'll make a new one, yeah. And then in front, let's just call this flail. I guess if he eats like a cigarette butt, we'll make him flail. Can add a little snapping movement by moving the whole head forward. Well, let's see. I'm gonna move the actual head probably within like Godot itself, based off a like a function or something. So I don't want to move the head back and forth here. Just because of how the thing swings in Goldminer. So like that thing there, I'm gonna have to basically do that within Godot. I don't feel like doing that with a animation from Blender and then put it into Godot. I think that feels kind of janky. So I'll probably have like a lerp function with some type of speed on it, which it like, you know, makes the head move back and forth, or a tween or something. That feels a little bit better. And then the bones will just open and shut it. I just needed a bone to parent them to that stayed neutral. At least that's my understanding. And then for this, I'm just doing like one for take damage, and then probably one for like die or something. So let's do the flail. Go to pose mode, and I'm just gonna like maybe kick this like that. Oh shit. We do maybe like this. We'll do that. The same up here. We'll go A, insert. I think we're just doing rotation, really. Cool. And I actually want to do a little upwards rotation as well. Maybe not that much. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's funny that the tail moves too, because I didn't add anything to the tail, but whatever. We'll just have the tail move up. A, insert. Yeah, rotation. So we have that, and I'm just going to grab all of them and then move it over, and we're going to go here and go Alt-R, and then insert, insert rotation there. So we just have like a little, whoops, kind of a, just a jolt. If I go, what, duplicate, pull it out, how does that look? Can add a little, oh yeah, and if the tongue is shooting out, how are you gonna do that? What are you talking about? The head's gonna be moving. The head will be rotating, and then when I gotta shoot the tongue out, we'll do the open. The tongue is gonna come out, and then when he brings the thing back, we'll do the close. That's how I have it in my mind. I'm playing this in my mind, like like some type of retarded game. Alright, what are we fucking even doing? All this shit. I think that's okay. Yeah, we got a little twitch. Let's bring that back. It kind of looks like he's rocking out there, having a good time. Yeah, let's do... it looks fine. Yeah, then we gotta have one where it's like a good one. So we got flail, and let's go happy. And we'll get rid of this middle one right here. And we'll kind of just go A, Alt R. Cool. And then I'm just gonna put his arms up a little bit. That way it's not as drastic, and the you can kind of tell. So we'll just do like that. We'll just raise his arms up like hell yeah, tubes. Whoops. A, insert, rotation. There we go. So if it's a good one, he'll do a little one of those, and if it's a bad one, he'll be like shit. It's maybe not a perfect system, but it allows the user to see. And then we'll have a little video, a fucking audio clip. I'll just be like, you know, we'll make like a blah, and then we'll make like a good sound. How would you do the tongue? Model in Blender and then stretch in the animation? That I'm still figuring out. I don't know yet. There is a thing in Godot called immediate geometry, and I was thinking about trying to use that. Because I think I can make a box and then make it whatever the extent of however long the box should be, and then just have that update every frame. And that's gonna look like a stretching object. That's my thought. I don't know if that's gonna work or not. I know I've done it with a line, so like I've projected a line with immediate geometry and then like made that move as like a line that was like guiding something before. So I think I can do that with the tongue. Possibly. But I'm not sure. My friend had a bearded dragon in high school. Kind of creepy. Maybe not as creepy as this one, but we can go ahead and export this guy, I think. Is there anything else I really need? I think those eyeballs are going to be all fucked up. Right here, UV maps. Where are my normals? Where are my normals at? Tab. Oh shit. I gotta fucking put my coffee down. Alright. Edit mode. I think my normals are all messed up, and I think I also have we want them opaque. That's gonna be the issue. And then if I go to normal, oh, not that. Global, where? I think it's over here, right? This guy. Show me the normals. Okay, they're coming out of the right area. Nice. Here we go. Let's go ahead and export this guy into Godot. Let's make a Godot project first. We gotta open it up. I guess we'll go with Godot 4.4. Let's try the newest one. Alright, so let's go create, what's the game gonna be called? Something, we gotta have Puff in the name. Puffer's Last Stand. Puffer's, up with a Z. Puffer's Last Stand. And I think for the overhead light, I might just get a model from Asset Haven. I'm pretty sure you're allowed to do that. I don't know. I have to double check. But yeah, let's go ahead and we'll make a new folder and call it Models. Modelos. And I guess we should go ahead and put Puffers in there. Let's make a new folder for him. Puffers. Cool. And then we'll go back to Blender. Export. FBX. Puffer's Last Stand. Models. Puffers. Puffers. FBX. Wonderful. Cool. That didn't take very long at all. Let's see how he looks. He ain't got no texture. He kind of looks creepier that way. Yeah. There you go. We're also, he's really small, I think, but that's okay. Why do you have no textures, dude? What did I export it as? Export FBX. Oh, that's probably why, right? FBX, we want it as a GLTF. Documents, Puffer's Last Stand, Models, Puffers. Oh, I'm in import. What am I fucking doing? File, export, GLTF. Documents, Puffer's Last Stand, Models, Puffers. Okay, yeah. So now if I do it, we should be good. I can go back to Godot. I can delete that. Are we re-importing? There we go. And I'm going to delete FBX. I don't know why I try to do it as an FBX in here. Let's go ahead and delete that fucker. Then we'll pull in our Puffers GLB right here. So as for what is the plan, alright, so we have this Puffers right here. He's our lizard. We have him. He is a pet of King Cobra at JFS. So he has not been fed in forever, obviously. And what we have to do is, there's this game called Gold Miner. We're going to have his head swinging like a gold miner is in this game. He's going to be shooting his tongue out, getting insects, eating those to survive. The light is his enemy. It's way too hot. It's boiling him alive. And the crickets are going to save him. So he's going to be aiming at crickets with his head there. We're doing it for Roach-Ware Games. Small world, light is dangerous, survive. So Puffers is surviving, the light is dangerous, and he's a very small world. And King Cobra's apartment right there. That's the plan. That's what we're doing. Let's go ahead and make this local. Let me check. Can we use a throwing event, come together to craft unique games, use whatever you like, paper and pencil. So can I use outside models, or do I have to make everything myself? I don't know, but I think what we'll do for now is just add, let's just call this world. Yeah, I guess we'll make a world. Why not? Just save it right here. And we'll add a table, but it's going to be a mesh instance. Nice. New quad. Well, no, let's do a new box mesh. Where's it at? New box mesh. There we go. We're gonna make a new standard material, and I'm just gonna do a quick texture, and then we'll fix this later. Just a noise texture, and we'll just do it like wood. So what is this? Like a fucking brown, somewhere in there, somewhere in here, a little bit lighter. Darker brown somewhere in there. Cool. And then I'll make some cigarettes and stuff to put on the table, just like King Cobra would have. Cool. And we gotta put this kind of like down here. We might have to move the head up a little bit or something. And I'm gonna call this table. Table. We'll then expand this out. Whoops. It doesn't really matter what that is. So we'll bring this. What do you think is a good width? Probably somewhere in there. And I think I'm going to spin him not this way. We'll grab puffers and spin him this way. Transform. Let's go 90. So this will pretty much be like your camera view. I think we're going to do like an overhead view like this. Does that make more sense to do the overhead view? And then the thing will be spinning going like this from the bottom, or does it make more sense to do it from the top? I guess if we want to keep in the spirit of the other one, we should do it from the top, right? So that's a negative 90. And then we'll bring this down here. And we can, I guess the camera will be like right there. So let's go ahead and get a camera. And we'll go view, 2 viewports, put that perspective on the camera. There's our buddy Puff. And we'll, I don't think we want to go orthographic. I think that would be a little bit too much, but I think we are going to want like a pretty, like a view like this, right? What happens if I go orthographic? Fuck it. Let's see what happens. Orthogonal, and we just want 90. Negative 90. And how do I change? So then, yeah, I think this is probably the way we'll do it. Let's just go to puffers, and we'll go to the animation, and let's just play one of those. Oh, we only have one animation player. So what's the plan? From the top, so you can have UI elements from the bottom. Yeah, that's a good idea. I might have to export these separate. So we have open. Well, let me look up here. We have open. We have closed or whatever. I guess we can use that. We have happy. And we have flail. So if I duplicate this and I loop this, can I go here and do that and open it as well? I would have to go here and say open. I don't think I can have 2 animation players active on the same skeleton. What if I, on the open, let's delete all this. And then on the flail, we'll delete these. On the happy, we'll delete these. On the armature head action, we'll get rid of all of these. So if I run that, and then I go here, and I go to flail. So it looks like I can do it now. Okay, cool. So as long as the tracks don't interfere with each other, I guess it's okay. That's pretty cool to know. Alright, so it is kind of hard to tell that his mouth is open. I think what I'm going to do is put like a little camera down there in the bottom where you can see his face, so we'll have 2 cameras. Let's do another camera. Let's go view 3 viewports. We're going to preview this camera. There we go, and yeah, I'm gonna do like a little puffer's cam right there of him eating the bugs. That'll be fucking funny. That's good shit. It might help us debug some stuff too. Maybe we put this like, for some reason, that angle looks better to me. So yeah, I think I'm gonna use this as like a debugging tool. But this will give us like a, maybe like a puffer's perspective. That way we can see like how he reacts, you know what I mean? So we'll have that maybe like this. Whoops, I don't mean to do that. Yeah, something like that, maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. Then we'll call this puff cam, puff cam, and we'll call this overhead cam, we got the table there. Nice. So let's just do, if I go to this head armature, I'm gonna stop the flailing because it's freaking me out. Let's, there we go. Thank you. Cool. So yeah, I just basically want to spin this. So I think I'm just going to write like a, let's go to puffers and we're going to add a script to him. We'll create, and I'm just going to do a process, and we're going to match a state. I'm gonna try, how do I make an enum? Isn't it like states equals, and then we declare a dictionary full of enums, right? So we can have like dead. How do I make an enum? Let's ask ChatGPT real quick. Can you load, you fuck? I pay $20 a month. I expect instant service. Instant service with these advanced technologies, okay? What do we want? What the fuck do we want, actually? How do I make an enum? Alright, there we go. How? Shit. How do I be making that enum all up in Godot 4.4 and shit? Nice. You can create an enum. Okay, so there's no equal sign. Nice. So we just need to get rid of this. Cool. So we'll say dead. I guess we want yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I might do that. To make a cinematic cutscene, yeah. It'd be an easy video. Let me grab more coffee really quickly. Grab some shit. Sorry, I think, yeah, to make a cutscene in Blender, like, normally what you do is just track the camera to something. And then you can, I just move the camera where I want it to be and keyframe it, and then move the tracked object to where the camera should be and keyframe it, and then you can have it looking at the tracked object the whole time. That's an easy way to do it. That's how I make all my cutscenes. You just press I to keyframe, you move your camera and your tracked object around, and you're good to go. But yeah, so let's match this. Let's match current state, right? So we'll say on ready var state. We gotta say cur state equals. Yeah, hell yeah. Dude, there are a lot of people who are like, I don't use ChatGPT because of the ethical implications. And it's like, what are you fucking talking about? Just use the fucking thing. Current state equals, we'll do an idle. Let's go caps lock idle. We'll go tonguing. If he's tonguing. And eaten. If he's eaten. So we got dead, idle, tonguing, eaten. What else do you need to fucking do? I guess we could do like a hurt animation and like a happy animation. Well, actually, the eating basically would be the good one. So I guess we'll be idle. Let's add one to stack. Let's just add one to like still, so we don't move at all. I use perplexity personally. I've never even heard of that one. I heard I saw Grok is doing some new shit. I guess they got one that has like an anime chick that dances while you ask it questions. I saw Ralph was using it, Ethan Ralph. I was like a very unique choice, but you know, that's what I expect from Elon Musk. Yeah. Yeah, they saw the popularity of VTubers and they're like, damn, we can do that. The VTuber shit's going too far. I'm looking at all those people. They're all like, it's like, why do you always have to be children? Can you not just be adults? At least have the model be a fucking adult. On ready var next state. And then we can just say states dot idle. If you paid for Super Grok 4 sub 30 a month, you could have an Asian waifu explain it to you in conversation. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, great. That's just what I want, yeah. All right. Current state, next state, and previous state. Next state and prev state. And then we're going to match the current state. And we'll go ahead and just say next state equals, actually we got to say current state equals next state. Current state equals next state. And then of course the prev state equals the current state. Prev state equals the current state. There we go. And then we're going to match, what is it? States dot idle. Can I add Pirate Software? He's been quite the laughing stock recently. Yeah, I was gonna add him in. So there's gonna be like the roaches that he's eating. It's gonna be like Pirate Software. There's gonna be like we're gonna get Hassan Piker in there, so he's gonna be roaching it up. You're gonna be crushing him up with your teeth. Maybe iDubbbz. I have another game that I'm working on. It's a lolcow video game where I have their models made, but I want to make like everything for this one within the jam limits, so I'll see which models I can make for that. I gotta make like one roach model and then I can just attach their heads. I use the, there's like a face builder app that you can use. So we got what? Still, I'm just gonna do them in order from what I have. Dead. Idle. Still. Tonguing, and eaten. States dot. Can you just fucking Ethan. All right, fine. I will put a pass so you can stop flashing all of the red shit. There you go. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet, so there you go. And then we need one more, right, for hurt. He hurt himself today. We'll save it. Why the fuck are you asking me to? Yeah. I think Ethan Klein's the one suing everyone. Yo, that was pretty fucking sick. I don't know. I saw that on the last episode of Kino Casino that iDubbbz and all the guys who were messing with Ethan Klein are probably now not looking so good. It looks like he's going for the lawsuit, but he actually has money to deliver. So I'm with the Kleins. I think they should crush iDubbbz in the dirt. They should be relentless in their strikes and precision. And especially the dude like Bad Empanada or whatever who was like trying to get CPS called on their kids. They should probably, you know, definitely do something legally with him. That'd be great. Eating. Alright, so we gotta do, let's look at the immediate geometry. Immediate, I guess it's immediate mesh now. A mesh optimized for creating geometry manually. How do I... Alright, we'll check out. First, you need a mesh instance 3D and add a immediate mesh to it in the inspector. Next, add a script to the mesh instance 3D. The code for the immediate mesh should go in the process function. If you want to update each frame, or in the ready function if you want to create a mesh once and not update it. Okay, so the idea is to update it in the process frame every tick to make it like shoot the tongue out and then come back. So let's try that. I'm gonna grab this primitive triangles. I think we're gonna try a primitive line. Huffers, head armature. Yeah, where are we gonna put this mesh? I guess from the head. I think what I'm gonna do is hide all that stuff for now and just have the head armature. And we're gonna try and shoot a mesh out of that, and then we'll add back to it. So we'll go mesh, instance, 3D. We're gonna add a new immediate mesh, and we're going to call this immediate mesh, and let's create a script. Fuck it, let's do it to it, and then we'll say func. We'll do on ready, and we'll just see if we can create whatever the hell they're trying to do here. I think this should make a triangle, so we'll just try that. Select current. Nice, we see nothing. Maybe we need some light. Where's our current camera? Overhead cam, you're gonna be current. If I run the scene now, we still see absolutely nothing. Interesting. Let's add a world environment and we'll see if maybe that changes everything. Probably should, right? New environment, ambient light, whatever, let's play it. There we go. Now we're seeing some shit. Cool. So instead of clear color, let's go custom color. Let's just do like a white background. I don't want it so bright, but I guess I kind of want it bright. So like right there, that'll be good enough. And then I think I'm gonna have to zoom in with this. just to see more closely what's going on. And let's grab this immediate mesh and bring it forward a little bit. Let's run that again. So, are we seeing anything? It doesn't look like it. We try making a line. Immediate mesh. Where do we want? Oh, I know how to do it. I remember this. Mesh. Primitive lines. And we're going to get rid of one of these. And we'll do vector 3. Let's go 0, 0, 0. And then we'll do like a big value 0, 0. And this should be the Z, right? We'll go like 1000. Surface end. Let's try that. I don't see anything. We're going to plug it into the process function. Alright. So if I grab this. And we'll just say pass. I think this is going to do it. If I remember right. Okay, maybe not. Let's hide. You know, maybe we didn't add a material to it. That could be part of the issue. I bet it is. So if we go here, do I add the... light map size, resource, skeleton. All right. Interesting. Let's do this. Let's hide everything. Maybe it's behind the table or whatever. I think we're not adding any material to it, so we're going to have to probably do that at some point. But yeah, it doesn't look like we're receiving any line going anywhere. Let's hide, because we are up here, right? Yeah, we should be seeing that. Let's just hide this and make sure. Yeah, no line at all. Okay. So, let me, I'm just going to move this to the world. Let me go 3D. Alright, so it should be right there, right? Yeah. Nothing. Okay. I think I'm going to move that back to where it should be. Yeah. Okay. So now what I want to do, I guess I'll have to, we could ask ChatGPT, or we could look it up. Where is it? Surface set color, surface end, normal. Set the color attribute that'll be pushed to the next vertex. Interesting. Add a 2D vertex. Cool. Are we calling surface begin? Yeah, we are. Let me add another line. I feel like sometimes it adds, if you have a third point, all of a sudden it starts working. So we're just going to throw that in there. Still nothing. And that's the head, right? Yeah, cool. Yeah, let's add a color to it. We'll say, what was it? Mesh dot, whoops. I was like, why aren't you giving me autocomplete? Isn't it mesh set surface color, and we'll say color 100.0. So that should be red, right? RGB. Let's try that again. Looks like we got nothing. Let's ask you. I want to make a line with immediate mesh in Godot 4.4. All right, line mesh. See, I think this is what I was missing right here. We're going to copy that. Add a mesh instance node 3D, okay. So this is the old way to do it, I think. But yeah, let's try the, I think setting the material cannot find red. That's because it's all uppercase now. And mesh instance, so we're going to say material override. Let's try that. Shading mode unshaded. Cool, so we're still not seeing anything. Let me just make a new scene with a simple camera. I just want to test maybe if it's like a camera issue or whatever. So we'll bring this out and we'll just call this mesh testing. Mesh testing. Cool. And I can make a new one, it doesn't really matter. Mesh. And what are we gonna do? Where the fuck is not that? New immediate mesh. We'll say tester, and we'll add a script on there. We're going to look that up. I know I have it pulled up somewhere. Let's just try this one more time, and we're going to try and just generate a simple triangle in the ready function. I want to make sure it wasn't a camera trick that was hiding it from us. That happens a lot. Fucker. Yeah. I keep hitting the wrong fucking buttons. Doesn't matter. Everything's named terribly. Who cares? Let's go to the 3D. Cool. So we should see, where's our tester? Tester's right in the middle. Let's go ahead and run this. So nothing. So let's go. Let's add that material in. Immediate mesh. I want to try adding this. Immediate mesh.new. Oh, I don't think we're actually setting, so we should be setting that, right? But we don't actually need to do that because it's already set. Wrong one. Interesting. Let's go primitive line strip. Let's try that. What is it called then? There you go. Is that going to do anything? Wrong one again. Let's run that. There we go. So now we have a line. Cool. Interesting. So let's try and move that back into our other script. I remember I had this working. I'm just going to have to put on some art list. Yeah, I just have to use the bathroom real quick. So I'm going to go back to my world. And I'll just put this up on the screen. Good old fucking lizard head. Yeah, I'll be like 30 seconds. Be right back. All right. Okay. Sorry. Nice. So that's looking good. So now we just gotta start spawning the tongue, and then I think I can actually make the line thicker, possibly. Can I be making the line thicker? Make a cylinder and draw a line as a quad. So that's more what I'm looking for, probably. I could use shader magic, use a multi-mesh or immediate mesh with a custom shader that expands a line fragment shader based on the camera position. You up for that GPU wizardry, or you want to keep it thug and simple? Could I update the position thin mesh? I don't know. Primitive lines, dynamic. Fuck it, let's do the shader line. Give me a shader that just makes a thicker line. Yeah. We draw the line as a quad, 2 triangles using an immediate mesh, then use the shader to control its appearance, including thickness and color and fall off. Cool. Let me grab this. I've had good experiences making shaders with ChatGPT before, so I guess we're gonna have to make a new shader I'm gonna need a mesh. Fuck, what am I doing? We'll go here. I guess we'll make a mesh, right? Mesh instance. We're gonna make a new new quad mesh, and we'll material, new shader material, new shader. I guess we'll call this test shader tongue, and we'll create it, and we'll control A and control V. And it looks like we have something. So if I go back to our 3D, what does that look like? Interesting. So we'll move that over here. And I guess we'll set the, we gotta set this to the thing up here. So how are we gonna load var mat equals, I guess we can say load load, and we'll get GD shader right here, and we'll just get we can get rid of this and get rid of that, and we'll see what happens. So we have this. Can I mess with the shader shit here and it changes? I hate that it closes one of them for sure. That sucks. Just keep that over there. Is that doing anything? I don't think so. It might not be. Might not be getting the shader. Let's go with 1,100. Probably just doesn't work. Oh, that's right. It wants me to use a friggin' damn it. Alright, you fuck. Draw a line as quad. Awesome. Part 0.1 and 0.2. Nice. So we're going to plug this in right here. I'm going to save it, and that should fix all that. What do you mean line mesh not declared? I think it should just be mesh. So we're going to grab all these. I am so fucking hungry. Nice. And then we'll just add, instead of saying these, we'll go draw line as quad, and we'll add in vector.left and vector.0, I think. Let's try that. Invalid call. I think it's clear surface. What do you mean? There's definitely some type of clear. You're kidding me. Oh, this is because that's the immediate mesh. Which is this? Yeah. Fuck it. We don't even need to clear it right now. It doesn't even matter. So. I guess we'll get rid of that. I think it's going to be set surface vertex too. Right. Surface add vertex. Do that. So that should work better, and we can get rid of these. I don't think we have a UV to add. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, so we have nothing. Let me see if I change around the shader. Still nothing. Interesting. Oh, debugger, what's going on here? Surface begin. Draw a line as quad. I guess we don't need this here. Let's try that again. Nothing. But everything ran. Cool. So, I guess since we're doing some testing, if I create a new cylinder. Oh, nothing. I'm just trying to use some immediate mesh geometry, and it's not going so well, but I'm not sure why. So the thing about this is if I like expand the height out, it goes from the center and not from like the bottom or the top. So it'd be hard to make a tongue out of this to make it expand like that. Another thing we could do is have like if I'm here, I could just do like a mesh instance. We could write a script that would like make, you know, a cylinder appear for the tongue. We could have it like this, and we could scale it down like that. So we'll have one come out like this, and then the further it comes out, if it gets to the end of that one, it'll like make another one like this and make that one slightly smaller, and then another one like that, kind of like an alien type deal, and then another one like that until it gets to you know, how far we're gonna actually have the table, because it's not gonna be forever. So I mean that could be cool. I don't know. We'd basically like scale it and keep pushing it back out in front of itself. I kind of like that idea just because I want to see how it would look. And then, yeah. I think for now I'm going to take a break and get some food just because I'm freaking starving. But thanks everyone for coming out. I guess I'll explain what I'm trying to do one more time, just for anyone who's just kind of like, what the fuck is this? We're making a game where you have to play as Puffs, our protagonist here. We're going to be shooting at our tongue and eating roaches that are scurrying along King Cobra's table over here. We're going to have the roaches be like internet personalities, probably like pirate software. That's kind of who the jam is made to diss on. We're going to have it as I'm going to do Hassan Biker scurrying around as a little roach. Maybe like iDubbbz or someone. That'd be funny. Just people I don't like. It's going to be based. We're going to be eating them up, spitting them out. And then we're going to have like cigarettes and stuff around here. So if he eats one of those, that'll be bad. And it's going to look like this gold miner game. Am I streaming again Thursday? I'm probably streaming again tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and then Thursday I'm not sure. Probably Thursday, yeah. I'll probably be streaming more on this, but yeah, we're gonna have the head flicking back and forth like this, picking up all the shit, and yeah. Thanks everyone for coming out. I'm gonna go eat some food, but later, I guess Puff says goodbye.